Okay, so we had a P0303 come up again, even after replacing all the coils and plugs. So when I went to check this coil, you know, every time you put one of these click connectors, you're listening for the click, right? And then you should always do a tug test. Any electrical component, home or automotive, always do a tug test and pull on it, make sure it stays. Well, guess what? This one didn't stay. So, you know, this truck's 16, 18 years old, 17 years old or so. And the plastic does get brittle, and I may have broken this when we put it back on and just didn't notice. But we think what was happening, it was loosening up, because when I pulled on it, this number 3 coil here, the plug just pulled off. So we bought another one, and what we're going to do is test it on another coil that we can reach easily. But we're going to use this one, get this one soldered in, so it does have a good solid clip. Now, we're going to connect it on a new coil and make sure it clicks in, but not only that, we need to test it and make sure we are able to ohm the coil, get the same ohm reading, get the same resistance reading on the coil as we do directly to the coil. Okay, so let's just do that. Also, we just made a quick, easy redneck repair. You can see that zip tie going around the coil and the plug, and that held it in place until we got this replacement. Okay, so we're going to use a closer coil that we can get to easily, and that's this one right here. We're going to squeeze the little tab, push down, and then pull up. And this one pulls up pretty easily, comes right off. We're going to ohm test it now. 7.6, 0.5. So I think I was getting 0.6 and 0.5 before. This truck's warm though, and so it might be just a little bit lower. So 0.5, 0.4, that's the range right there. Let's connect the connector and see what it does. The clip goes that way, so we want to make sure it clips in. Click, passes the tug test. And now let's just check the ohm reading here. 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.6, 0.5, right where we want it. So this one's going to work well. Let's get it soldered in. So we just cut the zip tie here, and hopefully my hand will be able to show this, but this thing just easily does it. There it goes, just pulls right off. And the clip had broken inside. And this one's pretty dirty. So I'm wondering if it wasn't an intermittent connection, and now it's kind of has some, you know, from spark, it'll get some soot, or what do you call that? What is that called? When you get an electrical arc and it makes a dirty connection. So I was just wondering if it didn't have a poor connection, and now it's kind of all corroded in there. We're going to cut this like right here and then get these soldered in. What we have to figure out first though is which wire goes where. Okay, so this red wire, when we drop this plug in, the actual plug part, the actual tab part goes against the firewall. Okay, so that's how this goes on, just like that. So pay attention to this. So when you're putting this back together, you can see that the red wire on the left, we have to make sure that red wire ends up on the left, okay? And then whatever color this other wire is, and I can't quite see it, it's white with a red stripe. Okay, so that's red with a green trace, and this other one's white with a pink trace or a red trace. So the red wire is going to be on the left. And I just want to double check this and triple check this because we got to get this right. Red wire is on the left. Okay. And now on our plug. Now looking at our plug here, there's the clip right there. So that's going to go toward the firewall. Okay. Like that. The plug is going to go toward the firewall. So our red is going to connect to our white wire, and our black will connect to our white wire. All right. Okay, so just looking at these other ones, you know, the red wire is on the left, the red wire is on the left on these others, but the wire on the right, you know, on the inboard side is a different color on each one. Okay, this is always nerve-wracking because this is a big commitment, but here goes. Okay, we got these soldered up here, and we have some heat shrink. We're going to slide over them. And we could use some liquid electrical tape and then try to slide this heat shrink over it. That might work too. But my heat shrink that I chose is kind of small, so we're just going to use this right now. Don't burn the other stuff, Eric. Quick heat down that side, quick heat down this side. Yep, that's all she needs. Look at that tight fit around the soldered connection there. That's beautiful. Let's see if we can tighten that up right there. This is a little tiny bit loose right there. Careful, careful. Let's get it up out of the way here. Yep, a little better. So I'm going to run some electrical tape around this anyway, around the outside, just to add some added protection, just so this doesn't wear through for any reason. Okay, got the wires individually, heat shrink individually wrapped in electrical tape and wrapped in electrical tape together. Now we'll go ahead and clip it in here. Okay, got it clipped in. We did the tug test, and the wires are zip tied up above, kind of so they don't touch anything. We just kind of zip tied them together in a little loop right there. So hopefully that's coming out, and hopefully this will solve this.